What is up, party people? Hey, welcome into the RhinoMan Show. As you know, I start off every show with 3 questions, and we'll get that started in a minute. But first, I want to see who's in the chat. Guys, it's been a wonderful weekend so far, and this week is flying by. You know what we have right around the corner. We'll be talking about that in a minute. But I see Chris and Lou in the chat right here. RhinoMan Show got the wrong name in South Florida. He's the best known as the best known trophy husband. Am I a trophy husband? I don't know. I have no, or I guess he's talking about BD Slots. Sister Yoshi's in the house. Thank you for coming in. Samahuff, come on, BD. I have no idea. BD will be right in. Spanglish 2.0. Appreciate it. There's Jackpot Joe, aka Alfalfa. Welcome in. Appreciate you. Randy the Slot Wizard. Haven't seen you in a while. Bro, I'm not drinking Corona. I got a special drink. I'll tell you guys what that is in a minute right now. I see Gamble the Globe. I see Monic. I see Randy, Scotty H-Town, Gamblers Unknown, Barber Playing Slots, Mag. Appreciate you guys all coming in. Hey, let's get the 3 questions out of the way so we can get our guest on the show. Today's 3 questions all revolve around traveling. Question 1, what do you pack when you go to Vegas? Hey, let me know what you guys pack for Vegas. Obviously, bags and bags of money. That's a given. What else do you guys pack? Let me know in the chat. Question number 2, what's something you always forget? Hey, I seem to always forget not Mrs. RhinoMan. She's not having it this time. She's definitely going to be there, and if I do forget her, she's flying in. So there you go. Danny D, the super supporter. Appreciate you coming in. Question number 3, do you like to plan everything when you go on one of these trips to Vegas, or do you just wing it? We have a whole few days of just events after events, dinners, hot wing challenges, everything. Do you guys like to plan what you're going to do and when you're going to do it, or do you just like to wing it? Let me know. Okay, guys, we're going to get our guest on the show right now. Let's see. What's up, bud? How you doing?
RhinoMan, what's going on?
What's up, bro? How are you doing?
I am awesome. You know what, RhinoMan? I'm so happy I'm on your show. I got to be honest. You are the best interviewer that I know. I mean, I'm talking like Jerry Springer, Maury, and you.
Hey,
it's like 1, 2, 3 in any order.
Hey, I appreciate that, and if you want, I can do a paternity test for you.
You know what? She might kill me.
Okay.
So we're gonna say no to that one.
No to the paternity test.
No to the paternity test.
Welcome in. Ivy Slots, welcome in. Appreciate you. What's happening in this Vegas weekend? We will tell you about that in a minute. Hey, bro, I appreciate the compliment. I really do. And welcome in Twitch and Kick. Hey, we're live on all these platforms. So awesome. In case anybody out there does not know your name, let them know what your name is.
My name is Big Daddy. Okay. For obvious reasons. Also known as Ron, but we go by Big Daddy. And the channel name is BD Slots. A lot of people like to call it BDS Slots. Probably because I'm kind of a grammar freak. So when I said slots being a plural name, I capitalized that S. Maybe we shouldn't have, but it's just the BD Slots.
Okay. BD Slots. Cheers to that.
Cheers. Cheers, my friend.
Appreciate it. Guys, if you want to know what I'm drinking, this is cranberry juice, watermelon, basil, sugar-free vodka, and a little bit of lemon. It is the drink to die for, and not Mrs. Rhino's going to want one right when she gets home.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. We should just cut all the stuff out and just have vodka.
That's what I try and do, but hey, I got to go to work tomorrow. So, real quick, we'll get into Slots Fiesta, but where do you live?
Well, I am from Cleveland, Ohio. That's where the 216 on the chat. That's the area code.
Okay.
I love where I live. I got to be honest. Some people hate, they're like Ohio, the winters are garbage. I agree. But I got to show my baby right here. This is my pride and joy. Obviously, besides Anne, she's lovely. But this is my baby right here.
Okay.
I wanted to get an Ohio tattoo, show love for the Cleveland, Ohio. And I always said whichever sports team won the championship, I would get that on my arm. When the Cavs won in 2016, I got that as the I for the Ohio.
Hey, that
So
works out
I,
perfect.
I I love it. Love where I'm from. I got the best friends in the world, the Seatown crew. So yeah, we love where we're from, but I love meeting people from all different areas too.
Okay, speaking of Ohio, I see the orange in the background, and believe me, I love orange, but not when it's paired with the brown and the Cleveland colors. I'm just saying. Hey, I gotta give you crap. But speaking of giving you crap, I have something that I have to show you, and now's the perfect time to do it. So I'm gonna go over here and play this for you real quick. You might know Michael, Gamblers Unknown. Here we go.
I don't hear it. That's probably good. You can hear it. I can't hear it.
I see what's on the screen.
Oh, I see what's on the screen now. You know what? The sad part is I've got to hear it now till next November. I've got to hear it now for 2 years till next November.
Okay. So thank Michael for that. He made me play that for you. He said you would enjoy it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So hey, Sister Yoshi saying yuck, but there you go.
I always loved her, the queen, the slot queen. I knew I loved her. She's got taste.
There you go. Okay. You live in Cleveland. Did you always grow up there, or was it something that you moved to Cleveland? You said, "Hey, let's pick up and move to Cleveland."
Yeah, we actually lived in. I've been in Ohio my whole life. We lived in Southern Ohio, and we did move a little bit. I was raised by a single mom who had to work two jobs. We moved. Uh, she was everything. So we ended up coming up to Cleveland when I was around. I want to say fifth grade, and
Okay.
I've been here. I've been in this area ever since. So
Wow.
yeah, I pretty much grew up in the Cleveland area.
Okay. Um, where'd you go to school there?
Well, I went to school at a few different places, but
Okay.
I ended up going to high school actually where the Miz, if you know wrestling, the Miz actually went to high school with me. So,
Oh,
fun fact
really?
there. He was a grade underneath me. So, I went to Normandy High School. And
Okay.
then I ended up going to college also in Ohio as well.
Okay. You have any kids?
We do not have kids. The funny thing with that was we had kind of had to make a decision a few years ago. It came down to kind of poo or get off the pot, one of those type situations.
Yeah.
But we had to decide if we were going to have kids or not. We were both single. I mean, single children. So we kind of decided we like picking up and going.
Okay.
Like the Browns a few years ago, they played in England, and we literally like 2 months before the game, we're like, let's go.
Okay.
So we just picked up and went. So we kind of like our freedom of just picking up and going. So we do not have kids.
Okay. There's nothing wrong with that. The decision could have been, kids are going to Vegas and gambling or going to football games.
Right.
Hey, I'm all for it. That's why I
You know,
had to get rid of mine.
yeah,
Um,
you can't have awesome walls like this and have it because we had a guy come in and hand paint that. If you have kids. So we kind of had to make a decision.
Claudia, the Italian slot chick, welcome in. Thank you for coming in, stopping by to say hi to BD Slots. Appreciate that, Claudia. Yeah, so you can't have stuff like that if you have kids. You're absolutely right. What do you guys like to do when you're not gambling or football?
Well, we are big sports fans.
Okay.
I mean, one of the things in our membership that we like to do on the Big Daddy Baller and the Seatown Crew level is we like to do a thank you video where we show the entire man cave. that is
Okay.
around me, because that's really one of the things we love. We go to a ton of sporting events. We have season tickets to the Cavs. We have season tickets to the Browns. We've been to Ohio State games.
Okay.
We just love traveling and sporting events. We've traveled. We've been to Europe, a few places. We've been to multiple states. So we love to travel and love to go to like events.
Okay, that's fantastic. Real quick, I'm going to stop you. Little Dutchie with the $5 super chat saying two of my favorites, BD Slots and Rhino Man. Hey, I didn't do it at the beginning, Little Dutchie. Pass the Dutchie on the left-hand side. Pass
Thank
the
you.
Dutchie on the left-hand side. Appreciate you coming in, Little Dutchie. Thank you for the $5 super chat.
We
Much
actually, I
appreciated.
met Little Dutchie.
You have.
She's from the state up north, which that's all we call it here.
Okay.
And she for the Ohio State Michigan game this year, her and her boyfriend Scott came down to a casino that's close to both of us, and we met her there and watched the game with her. She's awesome. I love her. I love her.
Okay. That's amazing. I can't wait to meet her. I wish she was going to Vegas this time. That would have been awesome to meet her. But I know there's going to be a lot of people there. Real Fever, Deborah, welcome in.
Real Fever.
Yeah,
What's
Real
up?
Fever. Gambling Granny's in the house. Welcome in, Gambling Granny. Now, Granny, I'm gonna take a second. I did see some of her videos and some of her lives from downtown Las Vegas. She had herself a wonderful time. I must say that one live. I'm not sure if you've caught that, but she was.
I didn't see it, but I got to tell you, I did ask Gambling Granny. We want to go to Granny Fest this year.
Yes.
And she was asking for people to send in videos of talent. And evidently, stripping is not a talent. I objected to that because I told her I look like Chris Farley from the Chippendales skit. And I think everybody wants to see that.
Right, I agree. We could make
Right.
that happen. You
Right.
could be the pre-game to the Gambling Granny show.
I agree. I mean, look at these moves.
Hey,
Look at that.
you're there, put you on a poll, and we'll see what happens.
Right. I mean, it's money right there. Making it rain up in Resorts World. What are you laughing?
Hey, the polls are going to be out. We're going to have midgets, clowns, everything's going to be there. Albert Fleming, welcome in. Appreciate it.
Big Al. He's a Seatown crew member, Rhino Man. That's Big Al.
Okay, let's go over your Seatown because we're talking about your Seatown crew members. Break it down for us.
You know what? The funny thing is, and it kind of goes back to how we got to start. The way we started was I was kind of like everybody else. When COVID hit, I was locked down. I was going through YouTube, and I came across your larger channels, like I think most people did. And I really got addicted, just seeing how the people were interacting and how everything was super cool. It kind of got me hooked. Well, then actually my wife, Ange, she was the missus. She was like, would you ever do a channel? And I'm like, look, I'm loud. I'm energetic. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. So I'm like, I'm not changing. This is me. You either love me or you hate me, and that's life. And she's like, I think you, because the Seatown crew, it's a group of, like I said, about 10 people that we would go and gamble. And we would all go and gamble. We'd do like group pools or whatever. We'd all throw 100 in, do a group pool, whatever. And we would just go nuts if we won.
Yeah.
And she's like, I think people would really like to see that. So I was still like, I don't know. Well, she went behind my back and she actually made the channel.
Oh,
She made the channel on TikTok first, and then we did Facebook. And I didn't even know she was posting videos early on TikTok of her playing. It wasn't even me playing. I didn't know it was up. So in December of last year, she's like, look, I have a TikTok. I have you a YouTube. I have you a Facebook, because I'm technologically illiterate. So I wouldn't have known how to do all those anyway. And she set it all up. And then I talked to the crew members. I'm like, would you be okay going live? And like I said, they're like my family. I don't, besides Ange, I don't have a family. My mom passed away in 2015. So, I mean, my friends like Big Al, Hitman, RBF, Jeff MFM, all those guys, they are my family. Okay. So it was just a group of us. And that's why sometimes at casinos, people love us. Others times they have a Karen. And then, of course, I got to make little pokes at that, and then that's it. But yeah, they're just a group of great people.
That's great. real quick before we go on. Scotty H. Town says, BD Slots makes me all tingly inside. Thank you for the $4.99 super chat. Scotty, appreciate that.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Tracy
Thank
Ace,
you.
are we in Vegas this weekend, but do our live streams from here Sunday morning? How often do you go live? How often do you go? We would love to meet you there.
How often do you go? That's a tricky question, Rhino, man.
Yeah,
Be careful with that one.
it depends on how much I'm drinking, Chris and Lou. I could go to the bathroom quite often. However, I just try and hold it during these interviews. Anyway, what's a typical day for you like?
You know what? My job, what I do is I'm a coach. I
Okay.
coach football and I coach basketball. And football is, I don't know how it is in California, but I mean, in Ohio, football, I mean, it's here. I would say we rival Texas as a serious football town. So a normal day is I usually get up about 6 a.m. We have
Okay.
lifting. We have other things that we have to do. Then I go off to work. Then after work, which usually goes about till 2 or 3, that's when we go into having practice. So we run through film, which usually goes for about a half hour, 40 minutes. Then we practice for about an hour and a half. So practice goes between 2 and 2.5 hours.
Okay.
So the problem of why I wish I could load more and be in more chats. I love being in it. But while the school session is in progress, I mean, I'm going from 6 a.m. till about 7 at night.
Okay.
So it's by the time I get home on weekdays, because I told Gamblers Unknown, I love him. I hate where he's from, but I love him. And he goes, he does live streams at 9, 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
And I'm like, buddy, I'm asleep by that. So it's in the summer, I get a little bit of a break. We just have summer practices. So it's a little easier for me to hop onto streams. But yeah, my day is pretty much 6 a.m. till 6, 7 at night.
Okay. Real quick, Sammy Huff, Sammy Huff, is that how I pronounce it? You better call me C-Town crew member right now.
Say, you know what? I love her to
Thank
death.
you.
Sammy, we have a core of originals that when we started, like I said, on TikTok and Facebook. And our first live streams were actually on
Thank
Facebook.
you.
And Sammy, our girl Kayla, who lives in Minnesota, Brandy, Dee in California, Krista, we actually met her. Her and her
Okay.
husband Dan came in town from New Hampshire on a motorcycle detour to come see us. I mean, they are all phenomenal. They're definitely C-Town crew members. They're family because we've gotten to know them. And like I said, we've met Krista and Dan. They're phenomenal. I can't wait to meet Sammy. She was almost going to come to Vegas. And then
really?
something came up. She was almost going to come. But we have some plans to go see them.
Thank
So I'm
you.
pretty excited. And yeah, and I see that Dee's in the chat too. Love her.
Okay. Bradley Jones, thank you for the $5 super chat.
Oh no!
Oh.
H. Come on, Rhino. OH.
Hi.
baby.
Okay, got it.
You know what? That little known fact to tell when you're in a group, anybody who's from Ohio. Because if you yell OH, anyone from Ohio will respond IO.
Okay.
It's a given fact.
Oh,
I'm going to prove it in Vegas. You'll see.
Okay. Tapia Deanna, thank you for the $1.99 super chat. Same for me, BD. You better
Right.
be shouting out your seat. Your crew's growing exponentially.
It is. I love it because my favorite part of all of this is meeting people. That's why some people ask, why do I not go on camera? They're like, I mean, one, I don't think YouTube can handle this beauty.
Hey, that's what I thought when I brought this on, but hey,
right,
there you go.
Right. But then the second reason is I love being in the chat. Half the time when we go live, Ange or one of the crew members are doing the spinning because I love just chatting with people. And I'm definitely very social. I love getting to know people. So that's my favorite part.
Okay. Kayla Ingleson said, frozen in my house, so I can't make it to Vegas. I'll be drinking with Sammy. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Appreciate that.
That's Kayla from Minnesota.
Yeah.
She's awesome. We love her.
So she's up there frozen with Gamblers Unknown.
Right. And
Ari Jr. said, Uncle Rhino, your boy had $10 money bags, red screens up to $1,400 the other day. Hey, congratulations. Wish I could get my games up to that. But you're talking about meeting people. Is this one of your first events like this, or?
Well, we actually we started last April on YouTube.
Okay.
And our first event was I happened to be in one of the chats, and Slot Vets, if you know
Okay.
Shannon
Yes.
from California, I love him. He's awesome. And he was in there, and he had stated he was a vet, and I figured by his name. So I just thanked him for his service, and I told him that my wife was a vet because Ange was in the Army.
Okay.
And gamblers, ironically,
Yeah.
happened to be in that chat, and he actually invited us. He was doing an event, a Major Chasers, for veterans,
Yeah.
and we donate to veterans. I mean, anyone who's a veteran, God bless you. You are a hero, a true hero. So we do a lot of work with veterans, and I was honored that he asked us. And I got to be honest, Gamblers Unknown, I love him. We shoot, talk smack back and forth, but he is probably the person I would say that has helped us the most. He gave me his number pretty much right away. He's like, if you ever have any questions, give me a call. I called him with questions. I had a few questions, quite a few, and he was always willing to talk, always willing to help us out. He is one of the most genuinely nice guys you will find out there, period. Right.
Don't tell him that.
Then he told me
his head gets big.
Then he told me where he lived, and I was like, well, now we can't be friends. But before that, we loved each other. I mean, it was crazy, but he's really is a great guy. So that was our first big event, I would say. Our first live in-person event with other channels. I think this is it. Oh, we did. You know what? We did an event. You know who's local from here, RhinoMan? The Big Payback.
Yes,
Tim. Yeah, he's local from Ohio. So one of our local casinos here had an event in July.
Okay.
He was there. Jay Strauss was there. Getting Lucky with Mr. G, the Great Indoors with Michelle. TL Slots was there. So I guess that would have been our big event because Rick from the Slot Bandits flew up. Okay. He's actually from Ohio, so that's where we first met him. And he's amazing, too. For a channel that's so big, he really helps out the little guy.
Yes, definitely. Scotty H-Town, no, this is not one of the 3 original viewer pick hats. That I'm saving for Vegas, so we'll get there soon. So you got to meet some of those guys like Tim and Rick, Pickle Rick and stuff. This is going to be a little bit different. We're going to be in Vegas. You're going to have so many channels there. And real quick, we're just going to run down the lineup real quick together. Kicking it off, we have, of course, the Slot Bandits. They're kicking it off. Then following it up right with after them, Chris and Lou. Hey, they're the ones that organized this last time. This time, it's going to be a great event. Then we have Yoshi's coming in right after that. Then we have Love Struck. Hey, you know who she is.
She's awesome.
And then right after Love Struck, we have Super Squirrel. He's going to be passing out shots of Pappy Van Winkle. Hey, I'm just saying, I don't know where he got the bottle from, but every time I see him, he has a bottle with him. So we'll be looking forward to that. Then we got yourself and your C-Town crew coming in. Yes. And I see the stripper pole there on your thumbnail. Hey, some of these people got really creative with the thumbnail, so there you go. The slot guy. Now, I didn't put his thumbnail up here because when I went to click on it on his channel, it gives me this blank thing. So, I didn't put his thumbnail up there on purpose for that. I'm calling you out. Something's wrong with your thumbnail. Check it out. That slots guy is coming in. Then right after him, we have Avalon Vash. I don't know what he's doing here with his thumbnail, but he will be live just before me. Then I have myself. I will be part of this, and I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be an amazing time. And guys, you will get all of the complete details of the whole event tomorrow from the Yoshis and Chris and Lou. I'm just going through. Now, if you notice everybody else's thumbnail has this Slots Fiesta thing. And right now, Jackpot Joe is sitting in a tanning bed trying to get orange for this week. I don't know why. But then we get to Jackpot Joe's, and his thumbnail's totally different. I have no idea where he got this thumbnail from, but he made his own. He likes to stand out. He is, you know, that kid in the classroom. Then we have Barbara playing slots.
I love best laugh on YouTube, by the way.
Yeah.
Her laugh is awesome.
Then we have the Vegas sisters. They're coming in. They were in the event last year. Brazen, I didn't see her thumbnail up. I looked for it, but Brazen Love, she'll be on there. Jaywalking will be around. So when you're talking about meeting other people, you're going to get to meet the channel themselves and everybody behind the channel. Then we have the Betting Belle. I didn't see her thumbnail up yet either, but we're going to get to meet her. And then Big Easy Slots and Adventures. He's coming in at getting close 7 p.m. And then right after that, we got Nista. Nista's in the house. She's going to be bringing that big channel energy. And then finishing it up is going to be Pickle Rick and the Slot Bandits again. I'm just like saying that is an awesome lineup. And I'm looking forward to taking part in it. What are your thoughts of the whole event?
I think it's incredible. I remember we met Chris and Lou in November because we actually, as I said, we like to pick up and just go. So we picked up and went down to Florida, and we started in Hollywood and met up with Chris and Lou, and they were absolute sweethearts.
Okay.
They were phenomenal. I mean, it's like we had known each other for years, and I loved it. We met for breakfast in the morning, and we had about an hour and a half before we were both going to start going live. And I remember that Ange literally had to stop us from talking to be like, you have a live. Okay, you have a live. And I really didn't even want to leave, to be honest. So they were absolutely amazing. After we both went live, we hung out some more and just talked. They were incredible. That's where they had told us about the event. And we're like, you know, we'd love you to come. And we were like, all right, cool. We had no idea it was going to be this many channels. Like when we started seeing how many channels were committed to going, we were like, that's crazy, but I like crazy.
Oh.
So I was like, that's phenomenal. I was a big fan of that. And like you said, I'm really happy to meet all of these channels. Like I've watched every one of the channels you mentioned. If I'm being honest, the only one I have not seen on that list is the Betting Belle.
Yes.
I'm not 100% sure who that one. Every other one I've seen, and I just recently subscribed to the Betting Belle to check her out. But every other one, they're amazing. They're awesome. Such genuine people. And I'm really excited to meet it. And like you said, there are other people coming not even in the event. I know Sasa Slots, who's an awesome lady. She's a great channel. Check her out if you haven't. She's coming. She's just not in the event. So there's going to be even more people than what we were saying there's going to be.
Yeah. Without a doubt. And it's just knowing that people just keep gathering around. I'm kind of worried about Resorts World kicking us out of there because, hey, if you're dancing, if you're doing your Chris Farley thing and I'm over there yelling and jumping off the machines, I don't know what's going to happen.
Well, you know, I actually told Tina that from Love Struck because I heard she was the one who set it up. And I was like, Tina, did you tell them we better have kind of a corral? They better corral us in one little area and like keep us kind of because it's going to be loud and crazy. And I did tell her, I'm like, I hope they don't kick anybody out. But I'm like, we'll be good unless we hit a huge like hand pay jackpot. Then I hit a big one when we were in Florida because we went to see Rick at Tampa after we hung out with Chris and Lou, and I hit $5,600 hand pay, and I started like taking the shirt off, and Rick's like, "No, they're gonna throw you out." No.
So Wizard Sister is commenting real quick. Giant teddy bear. That's like when we first met Mr. RhinoMan. Me calling me Mr. Just call me RhinoMan. It's like we've known him for years. It's the same thing. Everybody that you're gonna meet, you're gonna feel like you've known them for years. That was the same thing when I first met Chris and Lou. Not only did I meet him, but we jumped in a car and drove 3.5 hours to Vegas together when I first met him. So, you know, that was a fun trip.
That's awesome.
Okay, so let's get back to how you started gambling. How did you start gambling?
Well, unfortunately, Ohio is one of the last states that does anything, it seems. So we did not even have casinos in Ohio till about 10 years ago.
Okay.
So prior to that, and I mean, I'm well into my 40s. So prior to that, it was pretty much we used poker. I mean, I actually started gambling through poker.
Okay.
And then I expanded when we would go to Vegas because I've been going to Vegas for once a year since I was like 22. So I love playing blackjack. I love playing tables. I actually did not play slot machines. Kind of a funny story, real quick. I did not play slot machines till I was probably 30 something.
Okay.
And it's because when I used to go out to Vegas, I would play in the World Series of Poker. I would do like the buy-in events, the $500 events,
Yeah.
things like that. And it was a grind. I mean, I would do tournaments and grind and grind. And then I tried a slot machine one time and I hit a jackpot for 10,000.
Oh wow.
But the problem was I was done. Like I could not sit at a poker table anymore when the slot machine was so instant. Because
Yeah.
I have ADHD and that slot machine hit took me away from poker. Now I play here and there, but that's how we got started before the casinos hit. And
Okay.
ironically, where they also had gambling was church carnivals.
Yeah. Go
Was
figure.
they had a bunch of church carnivals that would all have gambling. So it was those and kind of like poker
I'll
home
bet,
game.
and I'll bet you those were the most rigged games ever. The church carnivals, right?
Oh, you know what? It wasn't. You tried not to say no, and I always felt bad because you'd have like an 80-year-old lady kind of dealing the cards, and oftentimes they would miscount. And I'm one of those people. I'm like, I'm not ripping off an 80-year-old woman at a church carnival. So I'd be like, no, honey, you beat me again. So you won again. Yay.
Yeah.
So it was, I just, but there were some people that would get mad at these little old ladies who were volunteering. And I'm like, what is wrong with you?
I just got a Viagra commercial in the middle of the live stream. Anybody else? Hey, I noticed they started dropping commercials during the live streams. I don't know. There's a setting that you could turn on and off. Brian, poker barely know her. Ha ha ha. Get it? Poker, I barely know her. I like that, Brian.
That's actually one of that's Brian, our boy. We call him Backdoor Brian.
Backdoor Brian. Hey, Backdoor Brian's talking about poker. Hey,
Yeah.
I'm just saying. There you go, Backdoor Brian.
Wait a minute. I would like to know why a Viagra commercial came up when Big Daddy's on screen. That is a false claim, and it is unjustified, ladies.
Hey, if you're a sponsor, you're a sponsor.
Right.
It's all good. So, okay, where do you gamble in Cleveland? I know there's a couple of. Is it the Downs? Is that what they call it?
No. They call the two biggest ones are Jack casinos. They're called the Jack. There's a downtown facility right next to Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse where the Cavs play, and then there is a Thistledown location that's both Jacks.
Okay.
There is an MGM property, and that's at Northfield MGM. So they added that one. That used to be a different one as well, but they added that when MGM bought it out. So the two, they're called Jacks because the guy who set them up was the former owner of the Cavs. I don't think he owns them anymore. Dan Gilbert, he might, and his son's name was Jack. So he kind of named it after his son.
Okay. Randy, the slot wizard says, RhinoMan, I'm starting a glory hole pocket channel. You want in? No, I'll pass, Randy. Thank you. Appreciate the offer though. I'll see if I can get you some investors. Yo, Ange is in the house. Appreciate you coming in. So the local casinos, I'm not sure if you're familiar with Jackpot Joe or any of the other channels like that. He goes live at a laundromat. Do you guys have like slot machines or anything in your laundromats or liquor stores?
No, I did see Jackpot Joe do that, and I was even shocked. I was like, where is he? Like, I couldn't figure out like where he was playing from. But no, we don't have those. Before gambling was the casinos were fully open, they had they were called slot cafes, but they were very weird. I actually never went into one. So because they paid, like, you got paid on a gift card, It was weird.
Yeah,
It was weird.
that's Jackpot Joe. He started a couple of those, and he's trying to get them. He's trying to push them on YouTube. Avalon Vash Slots. Thank you for the $10 super chat. He says, "I'm generally concerned for the general population of Resorts World when BD Slots and Avalon meet. We go together like lamb and tuna, tuna fish. Hey, there you go. That should be an interesting combination. And I too am worried."
You know
Uh,
what? And just to let Avalon know, I was so happy to find his channel because
There
he
we
seems
go.
amazing. But he has to call me Nighthawk, and I'm going to call him Dragon.
Oh, Nighthawk and Dragon are going to meet
Thank
for
That's
the
right.
you.
first
And then we're going to
time.
have so much room for activities. Resorts World better clear out.
You can have so much room for activities. Put bunk beds on top of each other and just go crazy.
I'm gonna be on the top. He better worry.
Yeah. He worries about anybody getting on top of him, pretty much. um, Sammy Huff says the name never changes. BDB, I hold rank. There you go.
Throw out to Backdoor Brian. He doesn't like the name, but he got the name because one time at a live stream, he was for some weird reason blowing behind the back of a machine. We're like, "What are you doing?" So we're like, "Backdoor Brian."
Hey,
Bang, bang, bang.
trying to blow the back of the machine to get a jackpot? That
Yeah.
sounds like one of Randy's channels. Just saying. So for you, where's the best place to gamble? Where do you do the best?
You know what? I do like the Jacks a lot. The Jack casinos at Thistledown in downtown. They've really been so accommodating to us because we are excitable, we're loud. Some people don't like it, they complain, and they come over and tell us to try to quiet down. But they really are accommodating. They let us film whenever we want, which is really nice. We can go in and film whenever we want. And they do events like they did last summer, and they're talking about doing more events. So they've been really, really super cool with letting us come in, even with our big groups that we sometimes bring.
Brian says blowing back doors since 1988. I'm just saying.
I love that kid.
Okay, so what is your favorite game to play? Do you have a go-to game? And tell us what that is.
My favorite game by far is the Lock It Link piggy banking.
Okay.
I love that game. I love just the concept. It has 2 bonus games, which I like. And I'm sure this is why most people have their favorite game. I had my biggest hand pay ever on that game. I won $11,000, and that wasn't even the grand.
Oh,
That
wow.
was just in the bonus. I filled the screen on a $15 bet, and that was just the number that came through.
Wow.
So it was, and I've had probably 7 or 8 hand pays on that game alone.
Wow.
So that by far is my favorite game.
Okay. How often do you get out to your casino?
We go because my favorite part of the channel is I know a lot of channels, they have like 500 videos posted and they have 1,000 videos posted. And I like making the videos, but my favorite part, due to the social element, I love the live streams.
Okay.
They're my favorite part by far. So we go live at least once a week. So sometimes if it's in the summer and I have a little bit more time, we'll go more than once, but we try to go one time at least for sure.
Gamblers Unknown says Resorts World is going to be like the circus crowd is here. LOL. True story. True story.
Yep.
Okay, piggy banking is your favorite game. What is a typical? You go live once a week. What's a typical budget for you to go live?
It varies because, like I said, it really depends on what I have on me, and then it depends on if we have any Seatown crew that come with us. That if they want to put in 100 with me or whatever. But again, if they don't go, if it's just me, I usually try to keep it between like 1,000 and like 1,300. And again, it's some people every week because we don't make a ton on our channel. We're definitely a small channel. The reason that I really take that much is you might only do like a variety of different games, but just chatting with everybody. So to show a number of games, you really have to take that amount to kind of be able to at least put a couple hundred in each game.
Exactly. Exactly. So, what is your biggest win ever? Um, Either poker or slots.
My biggest win ever is the 11,000 on the piggy banking,
Okay.
but ironically, I'm in a poker league that plays once a month, and last year I won the final table and ended up winning 10 grand on that.
Oh, nice.
So I'm in a league that goes a year long, and then at the end of the year, whoever wins the final table makes 10K. So I won that, and I'm a terrible poker player. Like, I'm awful. I'm one of those guys that you would see at a poker table that pretty much any two cards looks good to me.
Oh, yeah.
You
Right.
know, so I'm one of those
Chase,
guys.
Chase.
Oh yeah, Chase. That, I mean, that's me. Doesn't I lose a lot more than I win at poker, but you know, when I win, I get a hot streak and run hot. People have a hard time putting me on a hand, so I didn't play exceptionally well. I got pretty lucky at that final table, but those are my two biggest hits. So the 11K at the piggy banking, I had a 10K hit on a Let's Make a Deal, and then the 10K hit on poker last year are my
Okay.
biggest hits.
And then, what is your biggest loss gambling?
In one session or over a year?
I would say one session. I don't want to get too crazy.
Right. One session a while back, I do remember I went through 5K
Okay.
in one night.
Wow.
And it was one of those where I started with like a few thousand, and it was one of those degenerate. I was getting teased nonstop.
Okay.
And this is why Ange usually comes with me, because I do have a tendency to go degenerate mode. A lot of Sammy can attest, Kayla can attest. I have a tendency to go degen mode,
Yeah.
and where I'm just like chasing machines. Like, if a machine teases me like crazy, it drives me nuts. And I'm like, I'm gonna get you, machine. I'm gonna pump you with a lot more money.
Okay. So you're like that scene out of Vegas Vacation where he's playing blackjack and then he keeps coming back. Why don't I just take you outside, take half your money, kick you in the nuts, and be done with it? Yeah, that's
Yeah. And by the way, RhinoMan, I'm a huge movie buff. I call them classics, the ones I like.
Yeah.
Ange says I'm an idiot because classics are like The Godfather and, Wizard of Oz. When I say classics, I mean Tommy Boy,
Oh yeah.
Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore, Old
Oh.
School, Hangover. Those are my classics. So, little known fact, I love Vegas Vacation. The dealer of Vegas Vacation,
Yeah.
if you look at his name tag, he was from Ohio.
Oh, was he?
He was from Oberlin, Ohio.
Okay.
Next time you see it, take a look at his name tag.
Yeah, last time I was in Ohio, I think where they filmed the buffet scene was in Ohio. Some of the green, some of the yellow.
Was it? I didn't know that.
Buffet. No, I'm joking.
Oh, I was like, was that really?
I'm just giving you crap, bro.
That would be awesome.
Okay, so you did tell us you didn't start your channel, but your better half started your channel. Now, have you taken over the learning aspect of posting the videos, and how's that coming for you?
Well, it's the funny thing is, YouTube and Facebook, I have pretty much run.
Okay.
And I've learned to do the videos. I've learned to do the Facebook element of it. But we're on Instagram, we're on TikTok, we're on all the other social medias. And I was actually, I don't know if people are going to hate me for saying this, I was never a big TikTok guy. I, to this day, am not a big TikTok guy. I don't get it. I like to actually communicate and talk. So the 3-minute videos or 30-second videos or whatever, I don't really like that. Like, I like YouTube more than I like TikTok because you can see an entire video.
Yeah.
So so she handles those elements and the kind of like the business side. And one of the things we always joke about is I'm like, honey, you better treat me right. I'm the on-air talent, baby. This is all on-air talent right here. Okay. Yeah. Hashtag trophy husband. So I let her take care of the business element. She does all of that. She's very good at it. I like to go on the live streams, to be honest. But the videos that I post, I definitely that's me. And some of the people, it's funny seeing the comments. They're like, when I made thumbnails, they're like, it's too cluttered. They're like, this video should do this, and I love the feedback. That's one of the things because I love adjusting it because I'm just learning. I go with what I find funny,
Okay.
and that's pretty much it.
But back to your point earlier, when you were saying you were starting out and you weren't sure if everybody wanted to see this, and that's how you are. That's what people truly enjoy. If you're genuine, not trying to be somebody else, not trying to, you know, do somebody else's thing by
Right.
watching other videos and oh yes, I'm gonna play like this. And yeah, it just doesn't work. If you're genuine and you're having fun, that's what comes across the best to the viewers. Um, that's what I think. I mean,
I completely agree.
there you go. So Dougie Slots is in the house. Can't wait to meet
Oh,
you both up this week. Dougie Slots is gonna be there. Hey, we got
Thank
so
you.
many people that's gonna be there. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna
yeah,
be
it's
amazing.
I gotta just real quick, Dougie Slots, I gotta be honest. The football season, I messaged him probably, what would you say, Inch? I would message him on a Sunday probably 80 times. Just talking about the games, talking about it. He is absolutely amazing. I can't wait to meet him.
Neither can I. Neither can I. Gamblers Unknown says if you never got a text at 3 a.m. from Spanglish 2.0 of a TikTok, you will never grasp how TikTok lures you in. Yes, I'm sure that TikTok kept you up all night after that too. Once you start, I mean, you think they're like 15-second videos, but I mean, you start watching one and the next one comes up, and then the next one comes up, you look up and there's an hour gone right there. Okay, what's the best part about your channel that you like now?
Uh, Honestly, though, probably the best part of the channel that I like is, and it's kind of weird, but I like doing special like events for like our members and the people who I've gotten to know through other social medias and things like that. One of the things that when we started our membership program, I really told Ange is like I really want to give back on this. Like I don't want it to be cheesy. I don't want it to be, kind of like I've seen some that I'm kind of like, you know, like their highest level is like, well, you get to talk to us on social media, and that's fine. If anybody out there, don't throw me or kill me here. If anybody has that as like a highest one, I'm like, I understand that, and I appreciate it, but I communicate with people on social media all the time. I like doing that, so I didn't want to make that like a benefit. So one of the things we do is a monthly game show, and I love game shows. I love
Okay.
trivia. I love game shows. I love all that stuff. So what we do is anybody who's a C-Town crew member, they get to pick an envelope, and depending on the envelope they pick, there could be gift cards of their choosing, cash we put in them. We play the next slot machine. We'll throw like 20 in it, and they
Okay.
get 5 spins at $5. Any money they hit is theirs. So I definitely like to do a lot of the giving back because I think if people are going to support you, you need to show them the love back, the appreciation. I mean, my
Exactly.
wife and I, we both have day jobs. We're not looking to quit those to do this. So I like the social element more than I like, trying to make, I guess, a living on it. Uh, so that's probably my favorite part is the giving back to people that have been really supportive. Some of the people you've seen in your chat,
Yeah.
Sammy, Kayla, D, Backdoor Brian, Big Al. Those are people who have been supportive from the very beginning. And I mean, we just love them. So definitely giving back to those people are huge things that we like to do.
Eh, yes, I agree with that. Chris and Lou said if you like silly movies, you have to watch Night at the Roxbury.
I've
Yes,
seen
that
it.
one. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. There we go. There we go.
Oh, yeah. That's a classic, too.
That is a classic. Okay. So, um, best part, what's the thing you least like about YouTube?
About YouTube. I looked up and she immediately started laughing. I'm actually not a big fan of editing the videos.
Okay.
I maybe I'm using the wrong editing software. I have no idea. I need to talk to Yoshi because I know he puts out amazing edited videos. But the editing software I use, it's like it takes probably 30 minutes to do. Then to download it into a video file takes like 40 minutes. Then to put it onto YouTube takes another like 30 minutes. I mean, I'm sitting there 2 hours to do one video.
Yes.
So I mean that right now, unless I'm doing something wrong, is my least favorite part. It seems to take forever.
Okay. No, I agree with you, but there's some shortcuts you can take, and we could talk about those tomorrow or later or next week. I'll show
Yeah,
you.
any suggestions would be much appreciated.
But it's all a learning curve. The more you do it, the easier it gets, the quicker you do it, and so on and so forth. But Spanglish comes in, Spanglish 2.0 comes in with the 4.99 super chat. Question 1, does BD Slots have an inside voice?
The funny thing is I thought I was using an inside voice. See, here, RhinoMan, here's what I tell everybody. When you're a football coach of a bunch of high schoolers, you can't talk like this.
Exactly.
You can't do this. Like so this is my normal, but you ought to hear me yell. Maybe that's why we annoy people. I don't know, but like this is to me my normal voice.
Okay.
And Ange always tells me, I'll tell you what, she always tells me you are way too loud. And to me, this is normal. Like I don't know. But to answer Spanglish, who I love, by the way, no, I guess I don't have an inside voice.
No inside voice is going to be at Resorts World. That's going to be great.
I think so.
I do too. I did too. Okay, here's a question for you. Who do you think is the best mod on YouTube?
Oh, that's pretty much, I would say hands down, would be Bradley Jones.
Oh, there you go.
I remember, I'll never forget the first time he came into the chat, and because he's from Ohio. So that was an instant connection. And then he was literally, before he was even a mod, because I'll be honest, I didn't even know how to make it. I had to have Ange do the mods early on, and I've learned how to do it. But he was literally putting up like, hey, don't forget to give him a thumbs up. Don't forget to check this out. Even before I asked him to be a mod. So it like, he's just phenomenal. He's in almost all the live streams. I don't know how he does it. To be like honest, I don't know how he does it.
Neither do
absolutely incredible.
Neither do I. If I go from this channel to this channel, and I'm like, wait a minute, you were just live, you were on the other one. So he'll be in every single live, and he'll be dropping links like crazy.
Right.
Okay, we're gonna jump ahead real quick. We're gonna get to quick hits, and I'm gonna ask you some questions. I'm gonna ask you a couple of things, but we're gonna start it off with 2 truths and 1 lie. Give us 2 truths about yourself and 1 lie, and we'll see if the chat can recognize the lie.
All right, 2 truths and 1 lie. Let me think. Okay, 1 detail is I played college football. 1 is I went to the Grammys and actually yelled out for Jennifer Lopez, and it's on TV. You could actually YouTube it. And she responded back to me, if that's the truth. And the last one is I used to be a dancer for the Cleveland Cavs.
Okay, guys, there you go. Which is the lie?
Hold on. I'm sorry. The first one, scratch that. I forgot to add this part. I played D1 football at a school in Ohio. I forgot to add that part.
What position did you play?
D tackle.
Okay.
Big man in the middle.
Hey, there you go.
So yeah, 2 of those are truths and 1's a lie.
Figure out the lie, guys. As we go forward with this, I want to see if anybody in the chat can recognize the lie. Played college football. Gamblers Unknown says. Bradley says. Oh, Olga Rosas. Hi, Bradley. How are you? So we're looking for the lie. I'm going with the Grammys. Let's see. Trace the A says true college b-ball, true dancer, fake Grammys.
Danny said Grammys.
Scotty H. Tam Randy and RhinoMan is the king of. I have no idea what Scotty's talking about right now. Tapia says dancer. Sammy says dancer. Spanglish says college football. Jackpot Show says you were a stripper. True. Um, dancer. I don't think people think you could move. You don't have the dance moves.
That seems like the one that majority of people I'm seeing are going with.
Danny's saying, Sammy's saying dancer is a lie. Dancer or stripper, because they're two different things.
Right.
One gets paid.
I wasn't a stripper at the games. No. No, it's. I don't know. Do you want me to tell you or
tell us what the lie is?
The lie is actually I did play college football, but it wasn't D1. It was D3.
Okay.
So that was the lie. I actually was a dancer for the Cleveland Cavs. If you YouTube, and I can't wait to see how many people message me saying how sexy this is. But if you YouTube Beefcake on the Lake, there are old videos. And when I was in my 20s, I was actually a dancer for the Cleveland Cavs.
On YouTube, Beefcake on the Lake.
Yep.
It's the 55th Grammy.
And the Grammys, it's the 55th Grammys. If you watch where J-Lo, the first presenter, came out and she went to give the first award, I yelled out, "Cleveland loves you." And she yelled back, "I love you too." Both of those are true, and you can YouTube those.
Okay. Beefcake on the Lake. Let's jump over here and see what we got for him, John.
Oh, there it is.
Oh no! Wait for it.
Yeah, wait, the girls run off. We chase them off.
Oh, gosh.
I'm the guy who just slid across the.
Okay. Okay. We are going to have a blast at Resorts World. He's going to be doing that whole routine for us, guys.
No.
We'll get together. We're going to have to practice it, but by the time Saturday rolls around, we're going to be doing that.
See, even RhinoMan, I'm looking at the chat, and even some of the people we've known forever, Kayla, Sammy, they're all like, "Oh my God, I did not know that." See, we're dropping little known facts on the RhinoMan show.
Hey, I'm telling you, there's about 4 or 5 videos of Beefcake on the Lake. How long did you do that for?
I actually did it for 3 years.
Okay.
And then at the end of the 3rd year, I think it was because we were getting a little. It was the routines were getting a little more difficult.
Okay.
It was they were switching some ownership around, and they ended up cutting us after the 3rd year. But I got to go to an NBA final because our final year was in 2007 when the Cavs made the finals against the Spurs. So I got to be courtside for the finals. So that was awesome.
That is awesome. Now, did you have your Ohio tattoo? No.
No, I didn't get this. I got this. The Cavs won in 2016.
Okay.
And I got this, about a month after they won? I got this about a month. The parade for when they won in 2016, there was 1.4 million people at the parade, and I was down there at 5 in the morning.
Okay. Spanglish 2.0 says, the naked cowboy better watch out. Big Daddy got moves. Tapia says, that was the best thing I've ever seen. Wow. Yeah, Randy's jealous. He wants to be out there with you. If you could teach him that routine, he said he would really appreciate that.
Yeah, it was kind of cool. I met all the players. I met LeBron. I met Zadrunas. It was such a cool experience.
Okay, that is awesome. You probably got I see why you're a fan now.
Yeah, definitely.
So we'll work on that. We'll work on that routine, and I think we'll get that out there. Okay. Couple of quick questions. Would you ever buy a car from Jackpot Joe?
Buy a car from Jackpot Joe? No.
Okay.
Because anybody who plays slots in a laundromat, He's definitely looking to get one over on you.
There you go, Jackpot Joe. Okay, how do you feel about amusement parks?
I'm actually deathly afraid of heights,
Okay.
so it's a no go. I won't even go in the big wheel in Vegas.
Oh,
It scares the life out of me.
so you're scared of heights?
Oh, big time.
Okay.
We're thinking Cowboys in the chat.
What is what is let's see, hold on. Did somebody call my name BD Slots? What's up, buddy? Naked
Naked
Cowboy saying
Cowboy.
hi. Kayla said, next hand pay, I'll be expecting that dance. Thank you for the $2 super chat. Appreciate that, Kayla.
Kayla, I got to show that dance to Kayla in person. I'm going to jump out of a cake for her on her birthday.
Hey, he's going to be doing it this weekend. We're going to be filming him. He's going to have his crew behind him, following him around. He's going to be dancing around the whole outside of Resorts World. It's going to be epic. It's going to be epic, guys. Okay. What's the meanest thing somebody's ever said to you?
The meanest?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I mean, you're a football coach. I'm sure you've had kids that have been like really upset.
Yeah, it's you know what? I would probably say, I mean, the meanest thing that I can remember anyway. It's not as much the kids, the parents.
Okay.
If their kid's not playing, if their kid's this and that, they call you a terrible coach or a piece of beep.
Yeah.
You suck, you this and that. And unfortunately, I got to go through that most years because parents think their kids are all Division I athletes, and we're barely making playoffs. So it's like, how are you? How's your kid as good as you say he is, and we're not even making a playoff run? Yeah. So I would probably say it's the parents, and it's one of those, since you work with the kids and work, coaching, you gotta be, you gotta be cordial. You got to try to calm them down, explain it, and everything like that. So I would say hearing it from the parents each year kind of gets a little annoying, and some of them can be ruthless.
Yeah, I could only imagine. Sometimes it's worse in the stands than it is out on the field.
Right.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about another slot channel, NJ Slot Guy. Have you ever talked to him yet?
I actually met NJ Slot Guy. One time he came in with Tim. He was here. And then we did a fantasy football league this year.
Okay.
We did the first ever BD Slots fantasy football league, and he was actually in it.
Okay.
So I've talked to him a couple times. He's an awesome guy.
Yeah,
guy.
I was going to say, because you guys have a little bit more in common with him being a coach or used to be a coach. There you go. Spanglish 2.0 with the $4.99 super chat. Question 2. Will El Gato be at Slots Fiesta?
You know what, Spanglish? I'm thinking of trying to get him there just for you. I really am thinking. El Gato is a former Mexican wrestler. Okay. He is a luchador, as they call them. And I am thinking of having him come to Vegas to meet us.
Okay.
So he's currently on the road. He's a bouncer for a traveling band. So he's like a roadie. So I'm thinking if he's anywhere near Vegas, I want him to show up.
Okay. I thought you were just going to be putting on a luchador mask, because I have a few of those masks myself. I can come down there. Nacho Libre. I'm just saying.
Nacho Libre. He's been on a couple live streams, so we'll see if we can get him there.
Yeah, exactly, Avalon. Nacho Libre.
I actually love that movie.
Yeah, so do I. So do I. Okay. Would you rather be bitten by a werewolf or by a zombie?
A zombie, because that would be wicked awesome.
Okay. I'm gonna say a couple of channel names, and the first word that comes into your head, just spit it out. Avalon Bash.
Hilarious.
Hilarious. Are you sure? You could say another word.
No, talking to him, I'm super excited to meet him, because I think we have the same taste in movies, same taste. So I think we might just be quoting movies the whole time. I don't know yet.
Okay. Gamblers Unknown.
I would say, in all honesty, phenomenal.
Okay.
Is the word I would use. while I hate where he lives, he's incredible, and he really helps all the small channels, even though he's rather large. So just a great guy.
Randy the Slot Wizard.
Uh, confusing.
Yeah.
I mean, so some of the things he says, I'm kind of like, what did he just say?
Okay. Ivy Slots.
Ivy Slots. Oh, what would be the best word? I would say probably classic.
Okay.
And I say classic because his live streams just crack me up. I've seen a couple of his live streams, and I love it when he gets mad at a machine. He's like, he starts swearing at the machine. It cracks me up.
Okay. Let's see who. Jackpot Joe.
Jackpot Joe, new. And the reason I would say new is I actually, with Slot Fiesta, just recently started following him.
Okay.
Looking at some of his videos, following him there. So new, but definitely seems hilarious.
Okay. What's the most spontaneous thing that you've ever done? Because you seem like a pretty spontaneous guy.
Oh man, is there one that we could the most spontaneous? Because you're right. I do things just kind of like off the top. One spontaneous thing was how I became one of the Beefcake on the Lake. They were having tryouts at a restaurant I just happened to be at. And
Okay.
I went up. Oh yeah, and I went up and just started. They had a speaker that was on a big pole, so I started swinging around the pole and just doing kind of because you had to do some kind of dance.
Okay.
And they absolutely loved the dance, and I made it. And there were people that were there to actually try out that they cut to keep me.
Wow.
So the fact that I just happened to be there and they were trying out, and I was like, sure, I'll do it. And I just went up and did it.
So you actually did the scene from Vegas Vacation when they're at the motorhome out in the middle of the desert and the girl comes home and starts doing her little dance.
Yes, but I made it look sexier.
Oh,
so
okay.
just
Okay. Hey, all good. What do you wish? One thing that you wish was illegal?
one thing that I wish was illegal.
Yeah.
You know what? Easy answer to that. I wish it was illegal to have a nasty attitude at a casino. Because I don't care if you're losing and you get nasty, you should not be gambling. And those people drive me insane. The people who are just so negative.
Yeah.
I mean, win or lose, we have a good time every time. So if you're going to be down at a casino, then don't go.
Thank you.
So that should be illegal to have a ridiculous negative attitude to that.
I agree with that. Tapia Deanna says, Scotty H-Town, join BD's Discord with us. It's so fun. Now, if you want to throw a shout out for your Discord, please do so. Thank you for the $1.99 super chat. But yeah, definitely. Scotty H-Town.
Yeah, we recently, honestly, within the last couple months, we recently opened a Discord. We found out about it, I think, from Brian, actually. Was he the one that told us?
Maybe.
I think it was Brian who told us about Discord, where it's a social media just chat platform.
Yeah.
And it is in the link in my bio on my channel. It's in our link. So anybody interested in joining, if you offend easily, do not join.
Okay.
Let me repeat that. If you offend easily, do not join. But if you like throwing movie quotes, fun, chatting, I mean, we're in there doing it all the time.
I am about to, because you could do so much with Discord. People just think, oh yeah, it's another thing. You could actually have live conversations via phone calls and everything else. So I will be having a Discord up pretty soon myself. But yeah, and to go back to your other thing, negative energy in the casinos. Agree 100%. Karen should be banned. There should be no Karens at the casino. I had my run-in this weekend with one. So, yeah, I agree 100% with that. If you were to eat one crayon, what color would you eat?
Well, we're getting into those Barbara Walter type questions now. If I was to eat one crayon, I would probably say blue, because I would like to see where blue, something that would be colored blue, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I think that would be interesting to see.
Oh,
and I want to see if crayons are like corn. Again, if you know what I mean.
See if they come out the same way they went in.
Exactly.
Just saying. How do you feel about clowns?
I don't mind them at all. I'll
Okay.
be honest. Here you go, Rhino Man. Here's a throwback. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Have you
Oh,
seen
there
it?
you go. That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a
I
good
love
one
that
right there.
movie.
Okay.
I like it with the creepy clown. I don't mind clowns.
Okay. What is the best animal noise you could make?
Best animal noise I can make?
Yeah.
Um. Oh. Oh well, we got a lot of practice at this. It's got to be a dog.
Okay.
We do it every Sunday. Here we go, brownies. Here we go. Oof, oof.
Who let the dogs out?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, I think this one would probably be for your wife. What is the worst thing he's ever done?
She's all laughing
I
with this
hear her.
weird look. Yeah.
Worst thing?
Or the worst
Other
idea
than-
he's ever had.
Other than seeing the win-loss statement for last year?
Oh, here we go again.
Uh-oh.
She if you didn't hear, she does the taxes. And
Yeah.
every time she sees my win-loss statement, she literally, I know she got the taxes because I hear her vomiting in the background. So I tell her it's not too bad, and every year she gets it, she says otherwise.
Well,
So I know that's a big time negative. And one negative she's not pointing out, a negative about me, is what somebody else said. I don't have an inside voice, and that sometimes drives her nuts.
hey, I get the same thing, so it's all good.
Right.
Okay. Does she play slots with you? And when she's playing slot, does she like rub you to get good luck, or is there any kind of superstition that goes on between the two of you?
She actually, the funny thing was when we met, she was not a big gambler, like
Okay.
at all. So I've changed her to more of a degenerate. So
Okay.
not only does she
Good
play
job.
slots, she plays craps. I taught her how to play craps. She plays other things. And the funny thing that you just said about good luck, one time I was playing something, she was playing craps. I went over and she was on a hot roll. So I came over to play. She sevened out and went off on me and told me to get away from her. She's like, so I don't think I'm her good luck. I think I sometimes might be her bad luck at the thing. So I literally went away, went on another heater where she was rolling for like 20 rolls.
Yeah.
So
Kayla heard a bad story about you and
Yeah.
Dad.
Don't go blow on her dice, please.
right.
Okay. We've been on a little over an hour. I got a couple more questions for you. If somebody was coming to Cleveland to your area, where would you tell them to go eat? Which restaurant would you recommend to them?
Well, I am not fine dining. I'm not a big at fine dining. If they were to ask me that, I'd be like, I have no idea. But I'm going to tell you right now, there is a spot in Ohio, and I know it is not on the West Coast because we've been to the West Coast and cannot find one. And it is the best hoagie sandwich you will ever have in your life. It is called Mr. Hero.
Okay. No, we don't have one of those here.
Yeah, if you look up Mr. Hero, it's only in Northeast Ohio. It is the greasiest, most amazing hoagie type sandwiches that you will ever have. And I highly suggest that you check that out. We have an aunt of ours who lives in Vegas. Every time we come to Vegas, including this time, we have to bring her a sandwich from there.
Okay.
I mean, that's how good it is. Now, if you're a health nut, stay away. But if you like good food, try it.
Okay. Definitely. Definitely. You're going to bring some for everybody that's in the event this week? Yeah.
I should.
Hoagies are coming out to everybody. Gamblers Unknown, your life's come a long way since your kitchen keeps getting up. Good, keep up the good work, buddy. Thank you, Gamblers Unknown. I think you're talking to me. Maybe he says your lives keep coming along. Your lives have come a long way since your kitchen kept up the good work.
Keep up the good work.
Yeah, but kitchen, I don't get it. The kitchen part. Your kitchen.
Did you used to broadcast from the kitchen?
I guess I used to broadcast from my kitchen. Yeah, I even forgot about that. Wow, I got to go back and take a look at that.
That's okay. He's missing a period. He's from Michigan. We gotta let some stuff slide.
Yeah, you gotta let some stuff slide. I appreciate the $5 super chat. Thanks, Gamblers Unknown.
Thank you.
Okay, so hoagies are being bought for everybody at Slot Fiesta. What is the so if somebody in the chat wanted to buy you a dream car, what would that dream car be? What would it look like? Thanks,
my
Tracy
dream
H.
car that I've tried to get for probably 4 years, and the missus keeps saying no because she says it won't fit in our garage, which I beg to differ, is an Escalade. I've loved Escalades with spinning wheels. You got to get the rims, chrome it out. I have wanted to do that for years, and she just is like, no.
Okay.
So and she's like, you are not spending that much on a car, but that would be my dream car.
Okay, nice. And Gamblers Unknown says, BD Slots, your YouTube first live was in the kitchen.
We were in the kitchen.
Actually, it was in the gym because that's how I knew that we were able to go live.
Oh, it was the very first, because we were testing going live, and it was from the gym. Ange was at the gym, and we were like testing it.
But I thought only one person saw it.
She's like, I thought only one person saw that.
It was Gamblers Unknown. He was the only person.
He found us way back when.
Hey, there you go. He was the one person. Appreciate that. Okay.
Oh, see, Avalanche says remove door and tarp it. It'll fit.
Hey, there you go. Last question. What is the best thing that you've ever ate? And guys, keep it clean, please, Avalon, Randy.
The best thing, Hell's Kitchen.
We've had it in London too.
We did have it in London at one of his restaurants, but the beef Wellington in Vegas at Hell's Kitchen, or Gordon Ramsay beef Wellington, is the most amazing thing we've ever ate.
Okay.
It literally is just meat that, like, it slices through. It's absolutely smooth, buttery, phenomenal.
Nice. Okay, guys, I know there's a lot of other lives going on right now. I think Ron and Sharon, they have a live right now. I went a little bit longer than I had planned to, but I appreciate it. Bro, I can't wait to just sit and hang with you. We'll practice that routine, and we'll do it there, right there at Resorts World, right by the cafeteria. They have some, like, kitchens there. They got a nice open area. We could do that whole routine from
right. I was gonna put on a show and put on a little hat. Isn't that how you get the tips?
Hey, yeah, definitely.
The hat there?
We could perform downtown on Fremont Street. Hey, I'm telling you, we're gonna be making some money there.
I like it. One way or another.
Exactly, one way or another. Appreciate you coming. Is there anything you want to say to everybody out there before we
Honestly, thank you everybody for coming in the chat. I'm trying to follow the chat too as well on my phone. Everybody I'm seeing in the chat, you are all amazing. I've seen you multiple times, multiple people, the same people. I could literally give a list this long of people who are amazing. Thank you so much for the support. Like I said, when we started this, we didn't know if anybody would watch, if they thought we'd be crazy or what it was. But I truly, truly appreciate everybody. Thank you so much for going on this journey with us. And I can't wait to keep partying with everybody. So thank you so much for that.
Hey, appreciate it. Guys, tomorrow the Yoshis are going to be live with Chris and Lou talking about the whole Slot Fiesta event. I just showed you a little bit of what's going on. We have behind the scenes. There's going to be so much. Don't forget that. Don't forget Thursday. I will have Q&A with Bradley Jones live from Las Vegas. We will be sitting right next to each other, drinking some beers, enjoying with Avalon. Vash is going to be there too. The Yoshis. It's going to be a fun time. Hopefully you could join us for that as well. Hey, well, we're going to have a good time, and see you then.
I can't wait. Can't wait. Thank you